Oh my gosh, as always, I am super excited about this episode and On the Road with Loan Signing System. We have Cathy here from the Garden State, New Jersey. You like, I remember that from like third grade, Cathy. But I am so excited about telling your story today. You know, these stories are all about inspiring people. Cathy is now a $5,000 a month signing agent in the state of New Jersey. How does that sound when I say that out loud, Cathy?
Oh, I love the sound of that. I love the sound of that. But hopefully that'll change and come, get even higher. But it's a great feeling, a great sounding feeling.
Oh, and you know it, and I know this is just the beginning. We're getting you to 5. We're going to get you to 10. We're going to get you a signing service. Anything's possible. I cannot wait to tell your story. Your story is a story of perseverance. Your story is a story of overcoming. And I can't wait for people to hear it and maybe see themselves in you, Cathy, and let people know that, Cathy isn't an overnight success story like some of these On the Road with Signing agents. Cathy is really a story of building and building and knowing that, if you put in the effort, the business will come. And so I'm excited about Cathy letting you know her story. So with that being said, Cathy, I always like to start off with the very simple question of why did you become a loan signing agent?
So this past December, I actually lost my mom. She was ill. She had cancer. So I wanted to find something that, you need a little balance between work, life, everything. And as accommodating as my 9-to-5 job was, I felt like it wasn't enough. To me, the clock was ticking, time was running out, and so my husband already had researched this for me, so I figured, let me try this, and started with the signing services, or attempted with the signing services in the part-time. And my goal was by the end of last year to transition. Unfortunately, my mom passed in December, so I was still doing my quote 9-to-5 before this, but there's still more family. There's my father, my husband, nieces, nephews, time is very precious, and I needed something that gave me more time.
Well, no, well, first, let me send my condolences about losing, having your mom pass, but I appreciate you being transparent with people, because I know that, a lot of people watching this have been in the same boat as you, so, what I heard, Cathy, and correct me if I'm wrong, is, your 9-to-5 kind of prevented you from being with your mom during the time where she kind of needed you most. And you made a decision like, I don't want to put myself in that position with any of my other family members, so I need to make a change. Am I kind of on that right path?
Yes, it's I wanted to, my father, my sister, we're all there, but I, for myself, felt I needed to be there more, and it just wasn't possible. Everybody does the best they can, so to speak, but it wasn't enough for me. It definitely wasn't enough for me.
And I thank you so much, because that's tough. And the fact that, I want to commend you on your bravery. I mean, something happened and you said, I need to make a change. And that's very difficult for a lot of people to say, something happened, I need to make a change so this doesn't happen to me again, for anybody in your other family. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that, because I think that really is inspiring. I think it's inspiring for a few. I mean, how many years were you in that industry of that 9-to-5?
Oh my God, 20 years. That's all I knew. Like that was that's what I was going to do till the day I retired, that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. I had never attempted to do anything else other than, stuff around the house, hobbies and whatnot, but nothing that I ever thought I could turn into a career.
Yeah, and I think that's also very inspirational. Not only, so you walked away from a career that, like you said, you anticipated to do until you retired, and you didn't know anything else. But so that, like, to stop what you were doing for 20 years and to launch a business you've never done before, I mean, that had to be scary. That had to be intimidating. Like, walk us through kind of the emotional side of, walking away from a career of 20 years. So, like, I'm going to be a signing agent.
Well, I was a paralegal. I was a paralegal. It was like medical malpractice, personal injury. And, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I knew how to do my job and I did it well. Now, something else. What could be the something else? So the part about confidentiality, being very detail oriented, that was something that logically would work well here. Um, I passed the test. I was very excited, a little happy dance. But then having to give notice and say, I have to try this full time, like, let's see where it goes, kind of like, let's give it a year, so to speak. If it doesn't work, I can always fall back on that. So I gave him, I had actually given my notice while my mother was still alive. I gave them plenty of notice. Then it was just a matter of literally stepping out that door that last day at the 9 to 5, going home, and now the next Monday morning, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I knew what I had to do or what I could do now, but it's you're nervous, your stomach is in knots, now it's a home-based thing. I don't have the water cooler chit chat anymore, and it's wrapping your head around a whole new way of doing things other than getting up at 5 in the morning, leaving the house at 6 in the morning, catching the train, getting to work, doing your job, coming back home in the reverse. It was a little bit of an adjustment, not a bad one, just an adjustment on my part.
Well, no, I appreciate that, because I know there's people watching this, and I don't ever try to encourage people to leave their jobs. I tell you, you'll know internally when it's ready. But I was just like, hearing it from students about, because it's not an easy decision for anybody. And so just kind of walking through what went, like for you, I think helps other people. Like, look, I was nervous, I was scared. I woke up on Monday like, okay, now what? And the now what is, let's start building a business. I think what's really inspiring about your story too is, which I'd like to touch on a little bit, is that you were a paralegal for medical malpractice or whatnot. The point I'm trying to make is you weren't in the mortgage industry. You weren't a real estate agent. You weren't a title officer. And I think there's sort of people who kind of look at being a signing agent like, okay, I am Cathy. I'm in this job that I know I would like to make a move, but can I really learn this from ground zero? Can I really actually be a good signing agent, not ever come from a mortgage background? Kind of talk to somebody right now, if you could, about, who's in your shoes. Like, I'm not a signing agent. I'm not an escrow officer. I'm not a mortgage officer. Like, if you can do it, can anybody do it? Kind of walk through that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You have to have some faith in yourself, believe in yourself. And it's baby steps. I believe in baby steps. So you're nervous, take that first one. It may go horribly wrong. It can go wrong. But if you review the course, study the course, and take your time, it's the slowing down at the table with your clients. Take your time, go page by page. If you're lucky to have all your documents ahead of time, review them. Get on the phone with the loan officer, whoever gave you the signing, and say, I have a few questions. Can we square this away now? So that you feel a little more confident when you're in front of 1, 2 borrowers, whoever it may be, who are as clueless as everybody else. They don't know what they're signing. They're nervous too, and there's a lot of nerves at the table. You just have to stay calm. Just breathe, stay calm, review everything, be very organized. We can all be very organized, but take your time. It works, it will happen, and it will go well.
I love it. I love it. And so as far as like learning the documents, learning the terminology, I mean, from scratch, I mean, it's something that you feel anyone could do if they put the time, obviously, into studying it.
Yes, yes. We're not back in college. You don't have to cram for an exam anymore. A little every day. If you're still working your 9 to 5 and you only have a half hour, then use that half hour wisely. Oh, I sound like a teacher. Use the half hour wisely. Review just terminology one day. The next day, pick up a mortgage or a deed of trust. Try to get to know that one specific document well, just one at a time. Like I said, baby steps, I think, really help people when they see, anywhere from 100 to 300 page document. Anybody's going to panic and start worrying and not feeling confident. Just do baby steps as much as you can. All the modules, the videos. By the time you get that signing packet, you'll feel like you've got it. It's just the first initial little butterflies of, don't let on you're a new one. They won't know, you won't, they'll feed off of your calmness and everything will go well.
Well, I think this is a perfect segue into the next part of this conversation. and that is baby steps. There's a lot of people, who are out there watching this video, and even some LSS family members, who, are 3, 4, 5 months in the business, and, they want a $5,000 a month business. But I think it's really cool how, you don't necessarily compare yourself to other people's journey. You're inspired by other people's journey, but you don't compare yourself. And to hear you say, it's all about baby steps. And I love that another signing agent, can hear that, it's okay to be methodically go to where you want to be. You don't need to be here tomorrow. And the way you've built it is, you're studying around your 9 to 5. You got your, you woke up on that Monday morning, now what? And you just started methodically doing. So let's kind of talk people through the journey of $0 to $5,000. What I think is really cool though about your journey is that you do a lot of direct business. You kind of almost bypass the signing service aspect of it, which I think is inspirational within itself, by the way, Cathy. There's a lot of signing agents who are brand spanking new. And frankly, Cathy, there's a lot of signing agents who've been in business let's look at Laura and Robin, who are doing signing service business for 5 years before they made the jump to direct. So I think your story is inspiring from so many different avenues. And one is that you basically went direct immediately in New Jersey. So I want to talk about kind of all that. So let's start from the beginning. So you've been in the industry for how long? A loan signing system student for how long?
This July was roughly a year. August was a year that I had passed everything, signed up. But again, the 9 to 5 interferes with a lot of times that the signings could happen. And then evenings were very precious to me and weekends, so I really didn't take anything.
Okay, well, cool. So let's talk about this. So you've been in the business about a year, about 14 months, more or less. Okay, this is great. I want to take people through your journey. Okay, so you about 14 months ago, you're a signing agent, you passed LSS. That first month, how many appointments did you do?
Oh, I did none, actually. I really didn't. My first one, so yeah, 14 months, but this past January, so I'm really 9 months into actually doing signings.
Okay.
The only one that I ever took from a signing service was my first one. And it was one of those situations where they needed somebody 6 hours ago and it didn't happen. And can you rush? Can you go? Can you go? I'm running around like an idiot, printing documents, running down there. I don't know what happened. They couldn't see each other, so I had to do one person first, wrap that all up, then do the other signer. It was freezing cold. It was literally on a college campus in February. The ink was freezing, but I got through it. I started researching title agencies in New Jersey. I literally Google. This day and age, you don't need a phone book anymore. Online, I started Googling, mapping them out. New Jersey, we're kind of small, but it does take a little while from top to bottom. And I started making phone calls. I started connecting with people in social media. I got my little, credentials together, and I started calling. I started emailing. Who knows who may know somebody, because I really didn't know anybody in the mortgage industry. I knew realtors, yes, but you got to get over the hurdle that they don't know what you do.
Right.
You educate them, you move on, and through a few connections, knock on doors, see what happens. Yeah, I get the polite thank you, we'll keep you in mind. I didn't give up though.
That's right.
I would go back, and eventually one specific agency who said, thank you, we'll keep you in mind, never called me. About 2 months later, I met someone who knew them, who knew the owners. I went back, I'm like, oh, so-and-so said I should really talk to you, I know we spoke in the past. That got me an interview with them.
Love it. I love it. Well, and there's so many great topics in there. The first thing I want to make sure everybody heard which is the loan signing system way, and that is persistence and consistency.
Yes.
You got to be consistent with your marketing, persistent, letting people know you're available for business. And so I want to make sure people heard that it wasn't like you went in and you got business. This is a real journey of a signing agent, and that's why I love these conversations. But I also think what was amazing is you said, I'm going to take this business into my own hands.
Yes.
And that's what we teach. And that's what our family's about, is if you want to make a business, then go make a business. And I want to commend you for that, Cathy, because a lot of people, watching this will get inspired by that. It's not like, what I wanted people to see in you is you didn't come from a sales background. You weren't some saleswoman of the year before you became, a signing agent. It's like you're an everyday paralegal. You're an everyday person who went and made it, and most importantly, you made a decision.
Yes.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to build this business. And so I want people to understand like how amazing you are. That is so rad. I want people to hear just that, to feel that inspiration. It's awesome. And the last thing I'm going to say, is you're an implementer. The most successful people in this country implement, and you take what you learn from LSS, you take what you learn from me, and you go out and you apply it. And I want to say thank you for letting people know that, with some consistency and persistency, you can build a business, man. So many freaking awesome things I heard in that last couple minutes. So, let me ask you this quick question, because, like there's a lot of signing agents who only work for signing services,
Mm-hmm.
And they're scared to make that jump. And so, let me ask you this first question is, why do you like going direct versus working for a signing service?
So when you work direct, you build that relationship, as you always talk about. You build that relationship with that scheduler, that coordinator, or as many there are in each, direct agencies you work for. They know you. You can call them and say, listen, they all know you work for more than one agency, and I can call them and say, listen, I have a gap Thursday afternoon. You got anything for me? And they're like, well, hold on. And either then or maybe 10 minutes later, are you still available? Of course I am. Of course. And I always say, for you, of course. And they're like, I got something. Can you do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the relationship. They count on you. You in turn also count on them. Usually you can get the docs in advance, or again, sometimes not even direct. But you know who you're dealing with. You know what their packages usually look like. It's just better than waiting for a signing service and you're literally holding your phone like all day for that ding, and you're rushing, and you answered it like in seconds, but Jane Doe down the street or around the corner probably answered before you did. And there's a little less frustration with chasing the signing service versus the relationship and the direct phone communication with your direct agencies.
I love it. There's like a lot of really good things in there too. Is I think what I picked up the most, and I think this should inspire other signing agents to go direct, is that you can literally pick up the phone and get business instead of like waiting for the phone. Go, you call, hey, I'm available today. Do you have anything? Hold on, let me give you 10 minutes. Click. Oh, yeah. We actually do. Like, you could actually have basically business on demand when you have direct relationships and direct contacts. On top of that, you obviously keep the entire fee versus splitting it with the signing service,
which is very nice.
So I love that you talked about, because I want other signing agents, whether they're loan signing system or not, to go direct. You deserve the entire fee. Go get it. The business is there. So let's talk about the first few times you market it, because I think what's inspiring once again is, like, Cathy, you have such a great personality trait. Like, I'm going to go get it. And I want people to understand, while you have that amazing personality trait of like, I'm going to build it, I'm going to get it, I'm guessing, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, that the first few times you went to market, you were a little bit nervous. And
very nervous. And I know right now I'm just speaking to you. I know what's going to happen, but I'm just speaking to you. But when you go somewhere, there could be more people. You don't know how many people will come in to talk to you. I'm naturally a shy person. I was always very quiet, a wallflower. You got to crack that a little bit. You do, if you just want to focus on the one person and build a relationship with the one person, you get more comfortable. It's just continuing, keep trying. That one agency that I finally clicked, got the interview with, it was like 2 or 3 months of, hi, anything for me, and you feel like a little wallflower, and you're shy because you're just like, they have, why would they call me when they can call, probably the 6 to 20 other agents that they have on their, on their rotation. It's just keep going, one day those 6 to 20 people will not be available to cover their 35 signings in one day, end of the month, in the summer when everybody's trying to close on purchases. Just keep going. It will happen, but don't focus on just one. Keep going. Make a list. 10, 20, 30, whatever it takes. Make a list. Keep track of who you speak to, don't speak to. Pop in there, drop emails, quick hello on the phone. What's going on? Anything opening? I'm available. It's just, yes, it's persistence. And we read on the Facebook, everybody's wins. And sometimes you do get a little like, well, it's not working for me. It will work. It will work. You just have to have a little bit of faith in yourself. And obviously, our great mentor here, Mark, you've done it. You've told us what to do. It's just believe in it. Believe in yourself. Believe in everything. And like I said, I did the baby steps. A lot of baby steps, but I did the baby steps. It worked for me. Don't expect to do it all at once. And if it's great for you.
I think there's so many good things you said in there that should help another signing agent. Like you're shy. You said you're inherently shy. You're inherently a wallflower. I think there is this myth that, all successful signing agents are crazy outgoing. Like I openly admit that I'm an extrovert, I'm outgoing, and people think like I'm a representative of all signing agents getting direct business. And I'm actually the exception, not the rule. Most signing agents, I mean, just look at the successful signing agents. You have Robin, couldn't be more shy. Laura couldn't be more shy. The Bill's and Noonga, like everyone is just, you don't need to be somebody you're not.
No.
Just got to be you. And if you happen to be a little bit shy, that's okay. So I love that you let people into your personality a little bit, and I want someone to see them in you. And look, Cathy's just an everyday former paralegal. She's not some fancy saleswoman, and she's building a successful signing agent business out in New Jersey. And if I haven't told you yet, Cathy, I am so freaking proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so proud. I mean, the fact that you're able to make this drastic life just changing decision of I'm going to go from something I'm just comfortable in to building a signing agent business to not even stopping here, and your goals are even bigger. I think that's so amazing. And I thank you for just being such a phenomenal example to the loan signing system family. Now to everybody else who's watching this who may not be part of the family, but just thank you. I'm proud of you, man. I'm so excited to see where you're going to go because this is just the beginning. Let's go. Okay, so thank you for all the information so far. So I always kind of like to wrap up these interviews with some maybe information we can help a signing agent with, whether they're part of the family or they're not part of the family. So I know you've given like a ton of great nuggets. What is one tip that you can give a signing agent, new or veteran, that you think can help grow their signing agent business?
Well, I guess it's more like two.
Okay.
If you're told no, be gracious about it, but that's not the end. Keep at it and keep revisiting the one who told you no. It eventually will work. And as I told you, I'm very shy, so networking events and gatherings of realtors and things like that made me very nervous. Maybe pick up a few books on how to network. I mean, there's a few out there. Literally, I'm at a networking event. What do I do? It'll help you hopefully overcome a little bit of the shyness and at least connect with one or two people at an event. You're not going to connect with the 50, 60, or 100 that are there. But if you can connect with one or two people, you never know where that could lead. That could be what gets you somewhere else.
I love it. And look, I mean, the constant education is a loan signing system way.
Yes.
I tell you guys to read every book you can, to listen to every podcast. Don't stop with just my course. Keep feeding the brain, keep nourishing the brain. And so I think those are great tips. I love the fact that you encourage people to read. If you're not a great networker, in this day and age, there is a book on course on anything you need.
Yes.
There's a great course on being a loan signing agent. I'm just saying. But in all seriousness, like if you want to be a good networker, read books. You want to learn how to break down to get courage, there's books. And the fact that you actually implement all that once again makes me so happy, because the most successful people are implementers. That's it. People have this crazy idea that successful people are innovators, and they're not. Successful people pick up a book They read what's in the book and they implement what's in that book. They take a course, implement the course. And so I just want to say that hopefully people are just like, wow, Cathy's amazing, because I think you're amazing. I know you're amazing. But yes, so thank you for that. Now, last question is, I know about 14 months in, what was something you were maybe really nervous about before your very first appointment that now 14 months in, you're like, oh my gosh, why was I even nervous about that to begin with? So it's something like that you could share.
Sitting down at the table with the signers and thinking they're going to ask me everything about every little piece of paper, and I wouldn't know. And you're put on the spot, you panic a bit. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to ask me all this. I'm not going to have an answer. And they're going to call somebody and say, who the hell did you just send me? They don't ask too many questions. And as you taught us, the answers are usually there. The answers are in the loan documents that you're receiving and that they're going to be signing. It can be found in there. And again, the loan officer, if it's through a signing service, or the title agency, if that's where you're getting your direct business, you give them a quick call and just say, hey, I'm Cathy. I'm at the table with Jane and John right now. We just have a quick question. If it's okay, I'm going to put you on speaker. Of course, you put it on speaker, and the answers are given to them, especially if it's something we can't answer, borderline financial legal advice. There's always somebody there to assist you. And if not, we've got our Facebook page. We've got you. I mean, there's always somewhere to get the answer and not panic so much. It goes well. It goes well.
I appreciate you saying that, because, I think a lot of signing agents looking in think like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get bombarded with questions. I need to know every single thing. And the answer is no, you don't. The only thing you need to know is who to call when a question comes up that you can't answer. We're not here to explain the loan docs. We're not here to sell them on an interest rate. We're not here to sell them on a fee that's too high. It's like, look, you have a question. You don't like that fee. You don't like this interest rate. Let's pick up the phone. Let's call someone to get you the answers. And I think that's a great piece of advice, because I think so many people I need to know everything. We are not loan officers. We are not real estate agents. We are not escrow officers. We collect signatures. We have a smile on our face. We make them feel comfortable that we can help them, guide them through the paperwork. Cathy, I think today's interview was absolutely spectacular. I want to say thank you for being vulnerable about why you became a signing agent, and the fact that losing a parent really made you look in the mirror and be like, what do I need to do to give myself more time for my family, and making a jump that would scare most people. And you said, I'm going to look that in the face. I'm scared, but I'm still going to make a decision. So I always like to end this interviews with one last final question, and that is, what do you love about being a signing agent?
I like helping people get to their goal, which is usually that refinance, that purchase, that sale. But I like having control over my day, my week, my month, my next 5 minutes, so to speak. I like being the boss. I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. I'm the boss. I don't have to panic about taking a day off or anything like that. I'm in control of what happens now, and that's what I like.
That's amazing. So I just want to say thank you again. I want to say I'm proud of you. And I'd actually like to end this webinar with a huge announcement. You are now looking at the New Jersey Loan Signing System Ambassador. So much goes into me choosing ambassador. It's not just about the fact she makes $5,000 a month. It's also about the fact that, it's about having the big heart. It's about knowing that there is truly business for everybody. It's about helping other people, and also obviously about having enough experience going out and marketing to title companies, that you can share that experience with others. And the fact that you're not stopping where you are. It is, I'm going to build my business, and I'm going to inspire others to build my business. So if you are in New Jersey, you are looking at the ambassador of the loan signing system for New Jersey. In this interview, I'm going to put a link down to her group. This Facebook group is not only for loan signing system students, it's for any notary in the state of New Jersey. I'm here to help anybody, even if you're not an LSS student, and Cathy is going to be an embodiment of that. So if you're not an LSS student, don't hesitate to join a group if you're in New Jersey. But thank you for letting people know what's possible in the state of New Jersey. Cathy, once again, thank you so much today for inspiring others. Thank you for accepting the position of being an ambassador. It goes with a lot of weight. It goes with a lot of responsibility. And I know that you are more than capable of representing LSS to the full. So, Cathy, thank you so much again. And I can't wait to see you at the top. Bye.
Bye.